Since the world first discovered China more than 700 years ago via the tales of traveler Marco Polo, the vast Asian country has come to be considered as the personification of all that is enigmatic and exotic. Even after decades of economic prosperity, the enormous country has not lost its allure. Indeed, the juxtaposition between the traditional Chinese rituals and new ultra-modern state that's emerging has only heightened interest in a culture that stretches back millennia. So let's take a look at the top 10 places to visit in China. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Okay, back to it. At number 10, the Classical Gardens of Suzhou, Jingsu. The Classical Gardens of Suzhou, regarded as one of the world's most important ancient gardens, thus its status as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, should be high on your China travel plan. These exquisite gardens, located in the ancient city of Suzhou in Jiangsu province, were constructed in the 11th century, during a time when the city was undergoing tremendous expansion, and were among some 270 or more gardens planted here. Number 9. Chengdu Research Base of Giant Panda Breeding, Sichuan. A trip to China would not be complete with at least one panda meetup. While many great specimens of this fascinating creature have been found in the country's leading zoos, the best site to observe them is in their natural environment, at the renowned research base of giant panda breeding in Chengdu, situated in the province of Sichuan. You'll be able to observe up to 80 pandas going about their everyday activities, from foraging to playing in the facility's spacious park-like environment. At number 8, Hangzhou's historic West Lake. Few towns in China can offer the same concentration of magnificent historic structures and old temples as Hangzhou. Much of this rich collection is grouped around picturesque West Lake, a 6-kilometer square stretch of water in the center of the ancient city, flanked by various hills, pagodas, and temples. It is the capital of Zhejiang province and is located at the southernmost end of China's famed Grand Canal. At number 7, the Yangtze River and Three Gorges. The massive Yangtze River, known in China as Changjiang, stretches more than 6,000 kilometers, making it the longest and most significant river in China, and the third longest river in the world after the Amazon and the Nile. While the river's length guarantees it can be viewed at several sites across China, the most popular for visitors is the picturesque Three Gorges, Gutang, Wu, and Xiling, a 200-kilometer stretch between the cities of Fengjie and Yichang. The river makes its way through the gorges with their rocky cliffs and towering mountain peaks, and a stretch of landscape as stunning as the Grand Canyon. Number 6, Leshan Giant Buddha, Sichuan. Begun in AD 713 by a Buddhist monk and completed 90 years later, it's carved entirely from a stone cliff face and is the world's largest Buddha sculpture. The statue, which represents the Buddha Maitreya, is made even more striking by its placement above the river that was intended to placate. And number 5, the Potala Palace, Tibet. The beautiful Potala Palace is in the Tibetan Tower of Lhasa, is another of China's most famous historic monuments. It was built as a fortress and a palace for the Dalai Lama, and has housed many of the religion's most precious relics for generations. The Red Palace, the first of the two Potala palaces, was constructed in the 17th century and houses the most important shrines in the complex. These may be found in the Enthronement Hall, which has paintings representing scenes from the Dalai Lama's and Tibetan rulers' lives covering the walls. The similarly beautiful White Palace, which was finished in 1648, features the sleeping quarters and reception halls, most of which have remained unaltered since the Dalai Lamas fled in 1959. In number 4, the Forbidden City and the Imperial Palace, Beijing. The Forbidden City, also known as the Imperial Palace, is China's largest and most important structure, located in the center of Beijing, and is a must-see for anybody visiting the nation. The enormous compound was home of 24 Ming and Qing emperors, whose presidents prohibited anybody other than the imperial family and their courtesans from entering. Features include the 5 white marble Golden River bridges, the 45-meter tall Hall of Supreme Harmony, which houses the imperial throne, and the exquisite Emperor's Banquet Hall, the Palace Museum, which houses a large collection of art and artifacts as well. And number 3, cruising the Li River, Guilin, in the northeastern side of Guangxi, has some of China's most stunning landscapes and is noted for the Li River, which follows through the town and surrounding karst mountains. While its unusual environment has fascinated poets and painters for hundreds of years and has been the topic of several fairy tales and legends, it's now popular with tourists from all over the world who want to see a natural grandeur close up. At number 2, the Great Wall of China. Nobody can be a true hero unless he has gone on the Great Wall, says a popular Chinese proverb, emphasizing the significance of this remarkable old landmark. The beautiful Great Wall of China extends more than 6,000 kilometers from the strongholds of Shanhaiguan in the east to Jiaohuguan in the west, passing through Hebei, Tientsin, Beijing, where the best preserved parts of the wall may be viewed, Inner Mongolia, Ningxia, and Gansu. And at number 1, the Terracotta Army, Xi'an. In the 1970s, farmers drilling wells in the outskirts of Xi'an discovered what would become China's most important archaeological find, the Terracotta Army. These people, who were spread across 3 vast subterranean pits and erected to defend the tomb of the first emperor, featured almost 8,000 life-size warriors, 520 horses, and more than 100 chariots, as well as countless other non-military figures dating from approximately 280 BC. Although some were severely damaged by time, several of the discovered monuments have been meticulously reassembled and serve as the evidence of the emperors and the afterlife's importance. Well guys, that's it for this one. What'd you think about our video? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.